Hey you guys, I hope you are having a good day so far. So if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, which if you don't, all the links are below, you might want to follow me on there because it's kind of where I update everything first. We're pretty much in social distancing mode here in the US. My state in particular, Ohio, has shut down all the schools for 3 weeks. Shut down gatherings of more than 100 people. A lot of our local small businesses are shutting down temporarily. So there is a lot going on and also not a lot going on. My family's basically going to be chilling in our house most of the time because some of us are prone to asthma. So if we get this, it could be particularly bad for our family, even though we're fairly healthy otherwise. And yeah, anyway, if you follow me on there, you will have seen I made a post asking for video recommendations because I'm going to be filming a lot more so I don't go stir crazy. I'm an introvert, always have been. However, I'm an introvert that likes being around people. Like, too many people, too much people, and it's just kind of like, oh, I need a break, or too many people coming at me and I need a break. But one of my very favorite things to do is like go and work at a coffee shop, wander around town, go for a walk somewhere around people. Like, I like being around people in general, but obviously that isn't an option right now. So my face is like itchy like crazy. Allergies this year, bad. But anyway, I'm going to be filming a lot more. So if you guys have anything you want to see, please, please, please let me know, because I'm like literally going to be in my house for the next 3 weeks at a minimum with virtually nothing to do. Also, please forgive my really greasy hair. As you can see, I need to do my roots badly. And I finally got my hands on the hair color that I've been wanting to dye my hair, so the blonde is going away, thank goodness. Trying to keep up with the spots that are like more yellow and keeping everything from going brassy and just trying to keep it like white has been a nightmare. It's even more difficult than keeping up with keeping it dyed an actual color. So I'm actually going to be filming how I bleach my hair, my roots specifically. Please ignore this, like, the little weird streak I have. That's why I let my hair grow way too long before I bleached it. So I have some banding in my hair. I can fix the banding, and I have been slowly fixing it here and there. My concern is I don't want to overlap the bleach too much and have my hair break off. So I personally would rather deal with a little bit of banding in my hair than have it break off. But I'm going to show you guys how I bleach my roots and how I dye my hair all the fun colors. I'll have to film in my bathroom, and the lighting in my bathroom sucks, so I apologize in advance. A lot of you guys are here from the very first hair dyeing video I did back with box dye like years ago. It's an awful video. It's horrible. It's still one of the most viewed videos on this channel, and I freaking hate that video, but I won't take it down because so many people watch it and like it. So anyway, I'm going to be filming a lot. Speaking of, today's video is a get ready with me, so I'm just going to start kind of getting ready while we chat, so this isn't an hour long. I'm going to be priming my eyes with my Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Primer. I'm doing a spring look today. I'm just going to kind of wing it and see where it goes. Also, yes, this is a get ready with me to stay in my house all day. It's like past 1 o'clock already. However, one thing I have learned from years and years of working at home, I know a lot of you guys are new to the whole work at home thing, maybe freaking you out a little bit. It's definitely different. Today I'm using the NYX Mystic Petals palette. I've used this a couple times. I want to play around with it more. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I think NYX shadows are really good. You just have to use them very differently from how you use high-end shadows, and I typically stick with more expensive high-end shadows in general. Today I'm just grabbing a small detailer brush, and then I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And with these, I don't tend to do like my typical blend it all out soft and fluffy look. I tend to put these on fairly pigmented and then blend them out, similar to how Nikki Tutorials does her makeup, because I find that you get a better result that way with this style of shadow. But anyway, I have worked at home for years, and there was a long period of time where I didn't drive out of anxiety, so I was at home 24/7. So if any of you guys want a video on how to combat boredom when you are stuck in the house constantly and trying to work from home, please let me know, because I've gotten pretty good at that. Part of my problem this time is I got used to going out and being around people and having the option of getting out. And I personally am not dealing very well with having that option not taken away, but restricted a little bit. So that's where I'm struggling, because when you're used to something for a long time, it's easier to deal with it. Or if you haven't known anything different, it's easier to deal with it. But when you have something and then suddenly it's like, nope, no more, not for right now, your brain instantly wants to go outside. Like, my husband works outside, and of course we can go outside, we can leave our homes, of course. We're not at that point yet. But most of the things we like to do involve being around other people. So that does limit us quite a bit. Next I'm going to go in with this shade. It's a metallic. But our routine for years on the weekends has been we go out on the weekends when we're together. It's just what we do. We go out, we go do activities, we grocery shop, etc. We'll go down to like Columbus or up to Cleveland and find stuff to do. And that's just not an option right now. So we both get a little twitchy if we have to stay in the house on the weekends. I am getting fallout all over my face from this. Yay. Yeah, by the way, if you use drugstore shadows, period, I highly recommend doing your eyeshadow first, because this is going everywhere. Wow, that's impressive. Like, look, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is fallout all over my nose. Huh, okay. Anyway, I'm going to clean that brush off really quick. Anyway, we are used to going out and doing things, so for both of us, I'm used to staying in the house during the week for the most part, but for both of us being home on the weekends, we're kind of like, this is not normal. All right, I'm taking that same brush. I'm going into this really pretty lilac shade. I love this so much. It's so cute. I'm just taking that all over the inner part of my lid. But anyway, the biggest part is just the adjustment period and getting used to being home and finding stuff to do at home. I know a lot of you guys are struggling. I'm not sure about your individual neighborhoods, but like I know in my county, all the libraries just closed. And I know that can be really, really hard for a lot of people. Keep in mind, I've used my library's app. It's either Overdrive or Libby, depending on which app you prefer. I like Libby better than Overdrive. If you sign into that app with your library card number, and speaking of, most of the time you can apply for a library card online as well, then you can have access to books, movies, audiobooks. I get a ton of books and audiobooks. Some you'll have to put on reserve, of course, if they're brand new or really popular, but they usually have a lot of books available like anytime. And it is such a good resource. It's one I've been using for years. and I highly, highly, highly recommend taking advantage of it. If it's just you and you're bored, or if you have kids at home who are bored as heck and like reading, they have tons of kids books and stuff on there. So that's a really, really nice thing that you can do. Anyway, I know I said like, hey, I'll make a video about this if you want me to, and then just start giving suggestions. But the main things I'm going to be doing while I am like kind of on, I don't say lockdown because we're not on lockdown yet, though to be honest, depending on how well the majority of Americans actually listen, then it may get to that point. Well, social distancing, yes. Well, social distancing, the things that I'm going to be doing are educating my kids, making sure they're keeping up with the work they're supposed to be doing. I'm going to be filming lots and lots and lots of videos, because if I don't talk to other adults, like outside of my general house, I tend to go a little nutty. So I will probably be talking on here a lot. I'll probably be talking on social media a lot. And just so I don't feel like I'm all by me onesies. Next, I'm using the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen. I love this eyeliner. Hopefully I still have some in here. Maybe I can get to work today. Filming lots of videos, editing lots of videos, because I know a lot of us are relying on things like YouTube and social media to keep us entertained. And a lot of us are hoping that Netflix releases new things early or puts up some really cool stuff so we have more stuff to watch. If you guys ever want a list of like recommended movies or things like that, I can always point you guys in the direction of fun stuff to watch. And then I will also be doing a lot of studying. I know you guys like my study with me videos, so if you want more of those, let me know. I will be studying Korean a whole lot more, just because I got to a certain point and then my learning kind of stagnated because, again, I wasn't following my own suggestions, and I was only studying like once a week for an hour instead of like every single day. So I'm going to be studying much, much, much more frequently, which is a really good thing. I'm just kind of doing like a little baby wing. But yeah, right now I'm actually on level 3 of Talk to Me in Korean, but I'm still testing at level 2, which means I need to do some more review on verb endings and things like that. So my goal, like over the next 3 weeks or so, potentially longer, is to, I'm like, my face, I need to take a Claritin so bad. My goal over the next few weeks is to review level 2, like finish reviewing level 2, get through level 3, and actually like pass the level 3 like test and stuff. Or at least have the where your level is at test say level 3, and then hopefully get started on level 4, because level 3 is like kicking my butt right now. You know, I was going to wear false eyelashes with this look today. I don't know if it's going to be needed, actually. I think it might be too heavy. Every time I plan wearing false lashes and I get the look done, I'm like, but, if I put them on, then you won't be able to see the eyeshadow. And my natural lashes are pretty long and fairly thick, so it's not always needed. Though I might put them on anyway, because I hate how like right there, the base of my lashes looks really skimpy on camera. It doesn't in real life, but on camera, it looks like I'm practically missing lashes there. It's really weird. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna move on to doing my foundation and under eye. Today I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Soft Beige, just because I know for a fact that this foundation likes to work really well on my skin. But first, before I do that, I'm actually going in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. I've been filming for 18 minutes already. I talk too much. Okay. Every time I put this on, it reminds me of putting on sunscreen when I was a kid, back when sunscreens were all like super greasy looking, and you would put it on and you would look like a complete disco ball in like 2 seconds. That's what this primer makes me look like full on disco ball. That off of my hands. Otherwise, everything I own will be sparkly. And foundation. I'm going a bit heavier than I normally do with foundation. 1, because my skin is breaking out right now. And 2, because I can, and I'm probably going to be washing it all off shortly anyway. Also because I accidentally used too much of this primer. And if I don't use enough foundation, my skin will look really greasy. So let me know what's going on in your state, because right now, like, Ohio has probably some of the strictest regulations, I think. Like, I know we were the first one to close down all the schools, and I know there's a lot of states that are absolutely refusing to close the schools, and I think that's not the best. I think it's going to cause a lot of problems, mostly because what people don't realize is the majority of kids are cared for by grandparents, and that's who this is hitting. So indirectly, there's going to be a lot more spread to people in the older communities than there should be. And that's my big concern, is making sure that people are socially responsible and thinking about people other than themselves. During this time, you can't just focus on, oh, I'm going to be fine, I'm not going to get sick. You have to think of the other people in the world and how you're affecting them. Oh, by the way, I'm going in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I've been testing this out again. Some days it works fine, some days it goes funky on me. I'm using the shade Medium Peach. Let's hope today is going to be a good concealer day, not a funky concealer day. Yay, it's behaving. Happy, 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 happy. This is, I would say this is more of a light peach shade because it's still like really light on me. And I personally have to be careful going too light on my concealer, or it can make my whole face look really pasty really fast. Let's see. Next I am going in with bronzer. I'm using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and my favorite fluffy brush. I know I use the same things all the time, but don't most people really? I'm going to bronze up quite a bit because I noticed in my last video where I had my hair pulled back. It's the other reason I am changing my hair color again and not keeping it blonde. My background is white and beige. There is nothing I can do about that. I'm not allowed to paint the walls here. And unfortunately, in the office I currently have, I do not have enough room to have like a proper background, like a background screen. I just don't have the room for it. I would have to set it up and take it down every single time I filmed, and that would lead to me probably never filming, just because it would be so time consuming. So I'm bronzing up quite a bit because with blonde hair, my winter pale skin against a beige background, I noticed that everything looked very beautiful. So I did adjust my camera settings a little bit. It doesn't look like it's helping in the screen right now. Hopefully it's helping. I don't know. Yikes, keeping my fingers crossed that when I put this in my computer to edit it, that it's not going to look absolutely awful, because you always have that risk when you change your camera settings. Today I'm using the Tarte blush in Fearless. I love this. It's a super bright pink, like bright, bright pink, but I really like strong blushes for spring. And I like keeping my blush very like here, like centered for spring. Also, I like to pinch the blush brush, get a tiny bit on, and just go over my nose a bit. This is totally optional. I just like doing it because it's kind of the same pattern you will get if you got lightly sunburned or if you were really blushing, and I think it can look really, really pretty. Like, if I look on camera, it looks like I have no blush on, but in real life, I'm like pink. All right, under my eyes, I have some pretty heavy purple up there. Going to take my tiny detailer brush, grab the same shade that I did under my eyebrows, which I know I still need to do my eyebrows, they look crazy. I'm going to highlight my inner corners with that, quite a lot. Then I'm also going to take that underneath about the first third of my eye, just to kind of brighten things up. Purple can look really bruisey really fast. And then I'm going to take this brush. It's my favorite little flat definery brush from e.l.f. I'm grabbing this really pretty blue. Like, it's so pretty. I'm tapping a lot of this off because I don't want any fallout. I'm just going to pop that on my lower lash line. I could have used purple, but I was concerned that it would be almost too much purple. You can also go with a neutral soft brown under your eye as well. But I love using blue underneath my eyes. I think if you have pretty much any eye color, whether it be blue, brown, green, or like a hazel, that blue on your lower lash line can really help that color pop quite a bit. I'm keeping my eyebrows fairly simple. I'm using my Benefit Goof Proof in shade 3 today. And I'm just going to brush them out real quick. I'm just really lightly filling them in. I don't want the brows too strong at all today. And just so that the eye makeup kind of pops. I'm actually surprised I went with purple today. That wasn't the original plan. I just kind of was looking through palettes. I was like, something soft, something spring. And I end up with a really, really purple eye. This is why I don't make plans when I film, because I never actually stick to them. All right, there we go. Sorry if I'm like all over the place, you guys, today in like topics and stuff. My brain is just all over the place today and it doesn't want to stick on a one thing for too long. So if I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And then I jump to something else, that's why I can't focus. Brows are done. I'm going to go with lashes next, because I definitely want some. Today I'm actually using the Ardell Naked Lashes, number 423, and this is what they look like. These are very natural lashes. I've used these once before. I really, really like these. They're very comfortable to wear, and they're pretty easy to apply. So I'm just gonna like take the next 10 minutes here to apply these. I also like using the Duo Brush On Lash Glue in clear. That's my favorite. I find that lasts really well and it's easier for me to apply than the glue in the tubes. Also, while you're locked in the house, not locked in, but you know what I mean. I don't ever want to sound like I'm being too overdramatic or anything. Now is a good time if you're not particularly good at a certain skill, especially like with makeup, to just sit and practice. If you have difficulty with winged liner, with applying lashes, with eyeshadow application, seriously, sit down, watch tutorials and practice over and over and over again, and you'll eventually get it. Oh, also, if you see this weird little spot on my lip, I developed a dry patch of skin on my lip, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and worse and worse. I don't know if I'm getting some sort of weird lip eczema. I don't know if I like got something weird in one of my lip glosses or something, but it's just this weird patch of dry skin. I tried exfoliating it. It comes back right away. I don't know what it is. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. Anyway, other lash prepped. I'm ready to go. And thank you to those of you who have already sent in video requests. I appreciate them so much. I cannot wait to get started. I'm just kind of compiling a list slowly of videos to make over the next few weeks. I will probably not be going out and getting any new makeup unless there's like a specific product you guys really want me to try. If there is, let me know and I will try and get it when I go out. But I'll only be going out like once, maybe twice a week if I need to get groceries or something. So, because I'm trying to just limit how much I'm going out, because that's the whole point of limiting everything. Okay, yeah, so much better with lashes. Yay! Some days, if you're having trouble with the look, seriously, just throw on a pair of lashes. It makes all the difference. Here's the other thing I want to mention. If you've got teenagers who are watching this or anyone else, please don't go hang out at the malls. I know the malls aren't closed yet, but please don't go out in big groups and hang out at the malls all day. That's going to completely defeat the purpose of being off school and limiting the groups and stopping sports and all of that. The whole point is to keep people from going out and hanging out with each other and spreading this around. So please, I know it sucks, just stay in your house, binge watch YouTube, play video games. Just don't go out in groups, please. Anyway, okay, I'm using the little tiny Sonia Kashuk lip definer in the shade Petal. This is one of my favorite pink lip liners ever. I probably shouldn't actually be putting anything on my lips right now. They look so chapped. I've had so much like lip balm and stuff on them and nothing's helping. All right, and then on top of that, I'm going in with this Tretique Mini Lip Glaze. This is in the shade Paris Pink. This is a really, really cute shade. Just adds up, nothing is actually going to look that cute on my lips right now. But I wanted to put something on. All right, normally I would set this with the setting spray because it's a pretty heavy look, but today I'm just going to avoid doing that since I probably won't be wearing this for more than a couple hours anyway. It's 2 o'clock right now. My makeup will probably be off by like 6 or 7, so I'm not going to bother putting on a setting spray because I don't need it to stay in place for like hours. And I try not to use products if there's no actual need for them. Anyway, you guys, this is the final look. I think it's kind of fun, kind of pretty. It's a little bit darker and smokier than what I've been doing lately. I definitely am probably going to be going into some more complicated eye looks over the next few weeks, things like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. It was so nice to just sit and chat, and I know I'm technically just sitting here talking to a camera, but it feels like I'm actually talking with you guys. So go ahead, talk back to me, leave comments down below. I love hearing from you. I know I normally am not that good at getting back to comments, but I read every single one of them, and right now I have lots of free time and I would love to talk with you guys in the comments, or you can come over on Twitter and Instagram and talk to me there. My Instagram stories, whatever. I love hearing from you guys. All the links for all my social media are down below, by the way. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, somewhat entertaining at all, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up because it tells YouTube to tell more people to watch this. And if you haven't yet, if this is your first time here, hi, it's nice to meet you. I hope you like this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post as often as I can, which apparently over the next few weeks is going to be way more often than normal. So go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget, like the sign says, wash your hands. The sign's very blurry, but it says wash your hands. It just doesn't want to focus on it right now. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.